So प्यारी गुरु रूप सत्संग जी गज के बुलाओ वाहिगुरु जी का खालसा वाहिगुरु जी की फतेह. So we'll just start off with a verse from Sukhmani Sahib, as always, below Guru Sahib and now they always should do that, we don't want to stop that tradition. So I left off last week, meeting with the Lord, O Nanak, he becomes one with him. Because ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਦੇ ਨਾਲ ਜੁੜ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਇੱਕ ਬਣ ਜਾਂਦੇ ਆ, ਨਾ ਫਿਰ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਫਰਕ ਨਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਦਾ ਫਰਕ. So we become part of the same channels like the ocean. You know, you become part of the ocean. And Guru Sahib, why Guru himself, I mean, ocean is just an example, but he's much bigger than that. He's bigger than the universe. Can you imagine somebody that's created all these worlds, these planets, this universe, and different creatures from here to there, and all over the world? How big must he be? Right? So that's what we're looking at this week. The servant of the obedient to his Lord and Master. Jera servant hega, jera gursikh hega, jo gursinghni hegi ya, they become obedient to the Lord. Obedient means wo sara kuch Guru Sahib de sunde hai. Ek cheez Guru Granth Sahib ji karde ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਹੀ ਚੱਲਦੇ ਆ. That's why Guru Sahib ne kiha si mainu mera sikh nahi pyara, mainu odi rehni behni pyari hai. How he conducts his daily life. It's not about being a Sikh. It's not by wearing a kara. Today you have people wearing kara and they're smoking and drinking. People have kandes on their jackets, walking around all on the back of their cars, and they're thinking they're all cool because they're Punjabi. But that's not what Sikhi is. That doesn't determine you from being a Sikh. Sikhi is much more important than that, and that's why Guru Sahib Kande, he's obedient to the Lord and Master. Okay? The servant worships his Lord and Master forever. He does everything that Guru Sahib tells him. So Amrit Tumle Utna, Naam Chapana, Pani Pani, Adi Panchapanya Panya, Raras Karna, Kirtan Swela, that is a normal. Then he can do additional parts like Benti Chopide part. We have a person that we know who actually came to this class, was diagnosed with cancer about 3-4 weeks ago. So the whole family's got together and we're doing about 125,000 Benti Chopide part for her. So every Friday we send in how many everyone's done in the family. So my daughter will say, okay, I did 25, someone's at 35. So we have a count so that we know that our goal is to reach 125,000 for that person. And that person's a super person. She's about to take Amrit in Basaki, and I know she's a saint. She's just got that personality about her, okay? So, and I know that's why so many good Sikhs are doing art for her, because insan hi changa hega. जो और कोई बंदा शराब पीने वाला किसी ने कितने पाठ करना सोच ली है बंदा वही है पहले जेरे गुरु दी रहनी बहनी बने ओदे मगर भी बड़े गुरु दे प्यारे होते हैं वो जो हेल्प करन हो ते वो राह ते तोड़न हो ठीक है ना like what we trying to do in this Friday class. The good Sikh, the good Singhni, the servant of the Lord Master has faith in his mind. वो रब ते भरोसा रखदा कदे कदे ਅਸੀਂ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਬੇਨਤੀ ਵੀ ਸਾਨੂੰ ਆ ਚੀਜ਼ ਚਾਹੀਦੀ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਿਰਪਾ ਕਰੋ. पर जो असं बाहर निकले ने गुरु करवाते से पता नहीं रब ने सच्ची देनी या नहीं देनी थोड़ी अरदास की भी गई राइट बिकॉज़ यू लॉस्ट योर फेथ राइट तुसी भरोसा नहीं रखिया तुसी जो बाणी पाते नाम जपते हैं गुरु दे भरोसा भी रखो महाराज तुसी मेरी एक कार्य सवार नहीं राइट ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ डाउट क्यों होगा व्हाई वुड यू डाउट जिन्हें कल्ली नार थोड़ी बनाई है थोड़ा दिल बनाया थोड़ा हार्ट बनाया थोड़ा लिवर बनाया व्हाई वुड यू डाउट हिम व्हेन द टफ टाइम्स कम And you can ਸੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਤੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ ਦੁੱਖ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਵੀ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਤੇ ਰੱਖਣਾ right ਆਪਾਂ ਇਹ ਨਹੀਂ use ਕਰਨਾ I'll give you a quick example. I was living in Montreal, we were doing seva there. I mean, my papa used to go early in the morning, open the doors and clean the washrooms for the men's and the women before all the sangat came early in the morning. Then we would make dig and then langar the seva. There was this one person that came, and I'm talking back in around the 1983-84 era. There's one person who came as a refugee from India. And ਉਹ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਵਾਂ ਕੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਕਿ ਭਾਜੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਨਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਨਹੀਂ ਮਿਲਦੀ ਤੇ ਕੋਈ ਹੈ ਰਾਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਾਣਵੇਂ ਕਿ ਲੋਕ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਥੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਘਰ ਆਈ ਜਾਓ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਕੀਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਗੁਰੂ 'ਚ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਰੱਖੋ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਊਗੀ ਪਰ ਇੱਥੇ ਆ ਕੇ ਸੇਵਾ ਜ਼ਰੂਰ ਕਰੋ ਨਾਮ ਜਪ ਕਰੋ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸੁਣੋ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜੁੜੇ ਰਹੋ ਸੋ ਉਹ 1 ਵੀਕ 2 ਵੀਕਾਂ 3 ਮਹੀਨੇ 2 ਮਹੀਨੇ ਸਾਡੇ ਨਾਲ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰੀ ਗਿਆ really good. Then I didn't see him for on and off few months never saw the guy. ਫਿਰ ਕੋਈ ਆ ਗਿਆ ਫਿਰ ਮੈਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਮੈਂ ਕਿ ਯਾਰ ਤੂੰ ਇੰਨਾ ਸੋਹਣਾ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦਾ ਸੀਗਾ ਰਾਈਟ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਿਆ ਸੀਗਾ ਵੀ ਤੂੰ ਹਟ ਗਿਆ ਵੀ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਭਾਜੀ ਹੁਣ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਮਿਲ ਗਈ see we're not here to use ਵਾਹਿਗੁਰੂ and ਆਦੇ ਫਾਇਦੇ ਲਈ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਜਦੋਂ ਨੈਕਸਟ ਲੋਡ ਪਈ ਵੀ ਇਹਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਦੁਬਾਰਾ ਆ ਜਾਣਾ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਠੀਕ ਨਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਕਰਨਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ ਮੰਗਣ ਤੋਂ ਬਗੈਰ ਹੀ ਉਹਨੇ ਦੇ ਦੇਣਾ he knows what you're thinking he knows what you're uttering he knows everything about you ਤੁਸੀਂ ਹੁਣ ਵੀ ਬੈਠੇ ਜੋ ਵੀ ਚੀਜ਼ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਨੇ ਰੱਬ ਜਾਣਦਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਸੋਚ ਰਹੇ ਹੋ, right? So why would you try to doubt and try to play games with Guru Sahib? Don't try to be clever, right? ਉਹਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ create ਕੀਤਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਦੀ ਕਦੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ ਦਾ do not try to be smart and clever with him, right? You will fail. The universe will fail. The earth will fail. Donald Trump will fail. You will fail too. Okay, so let's not get into that. Okay, so that's why when people come to use Guru Sahib, it hurts me to think that ਭਾਈ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਸੇਵਾ ਚਲਾਇਆ ਸੀ, ਨਾਮ ਜਪੂਗਾ, ਪਾਣੀ ਪੀਊਂਗਾ, ਗੁਰੂ ਵੱਲ ਲੱਗੂਗਾ, ਇਹ ਤੇਰੀ ਪਰਸਨੈਲਿਟੀ ਚੇਂਜ ਹੋਊਗੀ ਤੇ ਤੂੰ ਯੂਜ਼ ਕਰਨ ਦੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਵਾਲੇ ਦੀ ਖਾਤਰ ਹੁੰਦਾ ਰਿਹਾ, right? So let's not go there. The servant of the Lord Master lives a pure lifestyle. A good Sikh actually has a very simple lifestyle. We don't smoke, we don't drink, we don't do drugs. In fact, we encourage other people not to do those things. It's only going to hurt them. If you're drinking, it'll hurt you and your family, it'll hurt your kids, right? Because they're going to say, well, Dad, you drink, I want to drink too, and they not know any better because you didn't teach them the right stuff. You're going to have a problem. Okay? I used to work for Air Canada. Back in 1990, there was a very big recession here in Toronto. So I got laid off with Air Canada, and then I started driving taxi limo at the airport. So one time as I was driving there, I stopped the car to get in the lineup, and I was listening to something inside part. It just finished, and there were a group of people outside my car talking. एक कहीं ना यार रागी डिक्सी गुरुद्वारे तंदे होंगे मार्टिन गुरुद्वारे तंदे जिधर निंदिया जुगली खरी आ रही है, right? And as a good Sikh, you should not be taking somebody talking about like that. If you're knowledgeable, Guru Sahib helped you educate, then you should counter somebody saying bad things about your community or any community, right? If somebody said something bad about Jesus Christ, because I'm born in England and know enough to tell them that that's not right what you do, okay? So that knowledge is very important. The knowledge you do, Bhai Bhai naam japte hain, thonu Guru Sahib aap hi knowledge parana kehta, right? It starts filling up the knowledge that you need to survive and help other people out. Anyways, मैं उसे बात उठ के क्या मैं कि बीजी में कि छोटी गल बिल्कुल सही है रागी तंदे को ना हाँ तंदे होंगे हुआ कर गया, right? So as a mellow person, as a good-hearted person that you need to be as a good Sikh, I said, Viji, look, I'm born in England. My kids are born in Montreal and here in Toronto. ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਲੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ ਵੱਧ ਕੇ ਆਪਣੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਮੁੰਡੇ UK ਦੇ ਹਾਂ, right? ਪਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਧਰਤੀ ਤੋਂ ਆਏ ਜਿੱਥੇ ਇੰਨੇ ਅਨੇਕਾਂ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਹਨ ਸ਼ਹੀਦੀਆਂ ਪਈਆਂ, ਦਰਬਾਰ ਸਾਹਿਬਾ, ਬੰਗਲਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ, ਇੰਨੇ ਸੋਹਣੇ ਸੁੰਦਰ ਸੁੰਦਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ, ਛੋਟੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਵੱਡੇ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜਿਹੜੇ ਸ਼ਹੀਦ ਹੋਏ ਆ, right? ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਸਾਥ ਛੱਡ ਕੇ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਏ ਆ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਇੱਥੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰਾਗੇ ਨੂੰ ਕ੍ਰਿਟਿਸਾਈਜ਼ ਕਰ ਰਹੇ ਆ ਕਿਉਂਕਿ ਉਹਦੇ ਬਾਅਦ ਕੇਸਦਾਰੀ ਰੱਖੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਸੀ, ਰਾਈਟ? ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਅਸੀਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਵੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਆ ਪਰ ਅਸੀਂ ਬਾਲੇ ਵਿਦੇਸ਼ਾਂ ਤੋਂ। We want to try to help people that Sikhi works. Why are you trying to discourage it? Why don't you become a Ragi and show us the right way? Instead of criticizing, how about you do the right thing and we'll say, you know what, that's the path you want to follow. If you like somebody's Kirtan, listen to Kirtan part. If you don't like something else is doing, then don't worry about it. You ignore that and you become better yourself, right? Instead of criticizing. Anyway, I wanted to go to a washroom, so as I'm walking towards the compound where the washroom is, एक बंदा उन्हें खिंची जा रहा है, चलो ताश खेलिए, उतने they blow $500,000, $2,000 every day on not only drinking and driving but also on ताश करते हैं। ਉਹਦਾ ਮੇਰਾ ਹੱਥ ਪੈ ਗਿਆ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਸਾਧੂ ਸਿੰਘ ਚਲੋ ਆਪਾਂ ਯਾਰ ਵਿਚਾਰ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ, ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀ ਤਾਸ਼ ਖੇਡਣੀ ਕਰਨਾ ਯਾਰ ਸ਼ੁਕਰ ਮੈਂ ਤਾਂ ਗੱਲ ਤੋਂ ਲੋਨ ਨੂੰ ਫੜਦਾ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਿੱਚਦੇ ਰਹਿੰਦੇ। We started talking about Sikhi and this one person goes, Harmeet Singh ji, and that's what we're talking about here, a little bit about on the alcohol side. He goes, मैं एक शराब की बोतल पीना थोड़ी गल्ला मैंने बहुत चंगी लगती पर मैं एक शराब की बोतल पीनी है पर मैं किसी को तंग नहीं करना। I'm not going to say nothing to my wife, I'm not going to say anything to my kids, but one bottle I'm going to drink whatever it happens. वो तो पीनी भी नहीं करता आके। Okay? He goes, what's wrong with that? Now, when somebody asks you a question like that, you've got to be very specific with your answer, right? Your answer should be so golden, Guru Kirpana, that he stops drinking, because it's going to affect the kids later on and then his wife and everybody else. So I said, okay, I remember the story. एक गुरु साहिब बैठे सीगे ताबे देते राजा आया उन्हें शिक्की मत्था टेके और अमृत ले अली नमोनी मत्था टेके ते जान लगा। सच्चे पातशाह ने राजा कह के कथा सुनना कीर्तन सुनना तू ऑलवेज काली जो भजता ही रहना, राइट? थोड़े तू बह जा संगत दे विच। राजा कहना मेरे को टाइम है नहीं, मैं महल भी संभाल लिया, रानियां भी संभाल लिया, घोड़े भी संभाल लिया, फौजां भी संभाल लिया, मेरे को टाइम है नहीं, मैंने जाना पैना। सच्चे पातशाह कहते चंगा फिर राजा तू चल जा। सच्चे पातशाह ने गुरसिख नूं एक चिट्ठी फड़ा दी भी राजे नूं जाके फड़ा दी। वो चिट्ठी च लिखा है कि 7 दिनों च राजा तेरी मौत होनी है। You leaving this world in 7 days. That's it. Your time's come to go. Okay, so obviously ਹੁਣ ਜਦੋਂ ਪਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਮੌਤ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ, ਨਾ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਣੀ ਚੰਗੀ ਤਰ੍ਹਾਂ, ਨਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਭੁੱਖ ਲੱਗਣੀ ਆ, ਨਾ ਤਾਂ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕੇਅਰ ਆ ਹੋਏ, ਨਾ ਰਾਣੀ ਆ ਰਾਜ who's going to care about anything, right? So you know ਮੌਤ ਆ ਰਹੀ ਆ, 6 ਦਿਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ, 5 ਦਿਨ ਹੋ ਗਏ, 4 3 2 1 ਦਿਨ ਤੇ ਆ ਗਿਆ। ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਨੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਭੇਜਦਾ ਇੱਕ ਚਿੱਠੀ ਲਿਖੀ ਵੀ ਰਾਜਾ ਚਾਂਦ ਤੋਂ ਪਹਿਲਾਂ ਮਿਲ ਕੇ ਜਾ। So now on the 7th day the Raja comes to Guru Sahib. He comes Amrit Vela. ਉਹਨੇ ਸਵੇਰੇ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਿਆ, ਉਹਨੇ ਆਸਾ ਦੀ ਵਾਰ ਸੁਣੀ, ਪਾਠ ਵੀ ਸੁਣਿਆ, ਨਿਤਨੇਮ ਕਥਾ ਤੇ ਗ੍ਰਹਿਣ ਅਰਦਾਸ ਤੇ ਕਵੀ ਖੜਾ ਰਿਹਾ। ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਬਾਅਦ ਚ ਪੁੱਛਿਆ ਰਾਜਾ ਅੱਜ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਬੜਾ ਟਾਈਮ ਮਿਲਿਆ ਖਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਸੰਗ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ, ਉਦਾਂ ਤਾਂ ਤੂੰ ਭੱਜਣ ਨੂੰ ਪਤਾ ਨਾ। ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਮਹਾਰਾਜ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕਹਿਤਾ ਮੇਰੀ ਮੌਤ ਹੋਣੀ ਆ ਤੇ ਮੈਂ ਸੋਚਿਆ ਚਲੋ ਜੇ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਚਰਨਾਂ ਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਫਿਰ ਹੋਰ ਕਿੱਥੋਂ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ। ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਰਾਜਾ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣ ਦੇ ਮਾਰੇ ਮੈਂ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਚਿੱਠੀ ਭੇਜੀ ਸੀ, just to make you understand ਤੇਰੀ ਮੌਤ ਨਹੀਂ ਹੋਣੀ, ਪਰ ਇਹੀ ਤਰੀਕਾ ਸੀ ਤੈਨੂੰ ਸਮਝਾਉਣ ਦਾ ਵੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਮਿਲਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਸੰਗਤ ਚੋਂ ਹੀ ਮਿਲਦਾ, ਬਾਕੀ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਤਾਂ ਦਿਹਾੜੀ ਦੀ ਚੀਜ਼ਾਂ। Look, you have to work, you have to go to school, you have to university, that's part of your daily life, but don't ignore Guru Sahib and get so caught up in your life ਵੀ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਰੱਬ ਦਾ ਨਾਮ ਹੀ ਭੁੱਲ ਜਾਓ ਜਿਹਨੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਾਰੀ ਦਿਹਾੜੀ ਖਾਣਾ ਪੀਣਾ ਕੱਪੜੇ ਸਾਰਾ ਕੁਝ ਘਰ ਰੂਫ ਔਨ ਯਰ ਹੈਡ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਹੈਗਾ, ਤੇਰਾ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਖਾਵਣਾ, ਪਰ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਦੇ ਦਿੱਤਾ ਖਾਵਣਾ ਤਾਂ ਆਪਾਂ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਕਦੇ ਚਿੱਤੀ ਹੋਣਾ। ਰੋਟੀ ਖਾਂਦੇ ਨੇ ਰੋਟੀ ਯਾਰ ਰੋਟੀ ਠੰਡੀ ਪਾਤੀ, ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਿਆ ਉਹਨੇ ਸ਼ਾਇਦ ਗਰਮ ਰੋਟੀ ਵੀ ਮਿਲ ਜਾਂਦੀ। So it's all about you, how you preserve your daily life. From that, I went to ask the guy to make me a quick cup of tea. I'm going to washroom, I'll be back. ਇੱਕ ਬੰਦਾ ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਹਰਮੀਤ ਸਿੰਘ ਯਾਰ ਤੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਚ ਫੁੱਟ ਪਾਤੀ। This all happened in that one trip going to the washroom for my car. ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਤੂੰ ਸਾਡੇ ਘਰ ਚ ਫੁੱਟ ਪਾਤੀ। ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਅੱਛਾ, ਮੈਂ ਕਿਹਾ ਲੋਕ ਅਸੀਂ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਹੀ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ। ਕਹਿੰਦਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦਿਨ ਮੀਟ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਖਾਤੀ, ਡਰਿੰਕਿੰਗ ਦੀ ਪ੍ਰੈਜੈਂਟੇਸ਼ਨ ਦਿਖਾਤੀ, ਉਹ ਮੇਰੀ ਘਰ ਵਾਲੀ ਬੱਚੇ ਮੈਨੂੰ ਖਾਣ ਵੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਦਿੰਦੇ ਪੀਣੇ, ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਜੇ ਖਾਣਾ ਹੈ ਕਿ ਘਰਾਂ ਚ ਖੜ ਕੇ ਪੀ ਲਾ, ਇੱਥੇ ਨਹੀਂ ਘਰ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਨਹੀਂ ਪੀ ਸਕਦਾ। ਦੂਜੇ ਸਿੰਘ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਏਦਾਂ ਨਹੀਂ ਫੁੱਟਦਾ ਹਰੇ ਤੇ ਘਰ ਚ ਜਿਹੜੀ, right? So the thing is, what's right is right. It hurts sometimes, but it's the truth, right? And we have to live by the truth. Okay, so that's what Guru Sahib is saying. The servant, the Gursikha Gursingini of the Lord Master lives a pure lifestyle. Right? He doesn't drink, he doesn't smoke, he's a vegetarian. He does things that are so pure that he wants to help other people to become a pure as well person. Right? Your kids don't affect me. They do good or not, it's not going to affect my life. Right? My kids already are good, Kipana doing very well. But we care. As a good Sikh, you care about everybody's family. It's not about us alone. We know Sikhi works, we tried it, definitely works. We want you guys to try it now, right? That it does work in your house, right? And there's nothing better out there. The servant of the Lord Master knows that the Lord is with him. When I go to Matha Tek every morning, at the Smesh Gurdwara, it's near my house, on my way to work, I go Matha Tek. This is one Bajurg that I've known for many years. Back in the time we used to do camps in Malton back in the 80s. He gives me the biggest hug, Guru Nanak, Guru Gobind Singh, Harek Misha Tere Naal. Right? Always. His son used to help me in the camps. His son died a few years ago, at the age of about 35, 38 years old. I'm still today, don't know how his son died. His son passed away. But that guy is always in Jadidwa. He will never make it sure to him that I've lost a son. ਇੰਨਾ ਪਿਆਰ ਤੇ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਜੀ, ਸਾਡਾ ਇੰਨਾ ਵੱਧ ਸਕਦਾ, ਉਸ ਵੀ can, ਜੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ ਸਾਡਾ ਵੀ ਇੰਨਾ ਭਰੋਸਾ ਹੋ ਜਾਊਗਾ, ਠੀਕ ਹੈ। God's servant is attuned to the name of the Lord. So here we are on a Friday, February, whatever the date today is, what, 23rd, 24th, I haven't lost count what date it is, right? February, 2 months already gone in this year. It looks like it was just new year just a little while ago, right? Another Friday has gone from last week to this week. 26 years coming to this Friday class have gone, right? Did we get a chance to do Waiguru today? Some of you guys probably hearing the word Waiguru first time today, right now. And it is so important, it's going to be part of your daily life. Right? I was listening to this Shabbat, we had 3 Kirtan programs last weekend to do. And there was a Shabbat, Okande Utre Bende Har Naam Teliye. Tu Uttda, tu Benda, tu Turda, tu Firda, jo bhi marji ho, tu bas naam de vich hi rajya rahe. ਇਹਨੂੰ ਰੰਗ ਚੜਾ ਲੈ, ਰੰਗ ਉਤਰਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ, ਇਹ ਰੰਗ ਅਸੀਂ ਚੜਾਉਣਾ ਹੈਗਾ। ਪਰ ਜੇ ਅਸੀਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਰੰਗ ਚੜੂਗਾ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ? ਜੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਟਰਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਡਾਕਟਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ, ਟਰਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇੰਜੀਨੀਅਰ ਨਹੀਂ ਬਣ ਸਕਦੇ, ਟਰਾਈ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਦੇ ਤਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੇ ਸਿੱਖ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਬਣਾਂਗੇ? You have to try. I'll show you a really nice video I've got here about this Gora Gori who go to the Darbar side. You know, the kids refer to Golden Temple. They go to the Darbar side for the first time. Just watch their experience, just how they're highlighted, right? And they love it, okay? God is a cherisher of his servant. ਉਹ ਆਪ ਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰਾ ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਗੁਰਸਿੰਘ ਨੂੰ ਆਪ ਪਿਆਰ ਗੁਰਬਖਸ਼ੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਘੁੱਟ ਕੇ ਉਹਨੂੰ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰਦਾ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਰਾਈਟ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦਾ ਸਿੱਖ ਬਣੇ ਹੀ ਨਹੀਂ ਨਾ ਹਜੇ ਉਹ ਕਿੱਦਾਂ ਪਿਆਰ ਕਰੂਗਾ ਆਪਾਂ ਬਣ ਕੇ ਤਾਂ ਦੇਖੀਏ ਕਿੰਨਾ ਦੇਖੋ ਪਿਆਰ ਦਿਖਾਉਂਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਠੀਕ ਆ the formless Lord preserves his servants he preserves it you know it's like a trophy he loves his trophy he loves his ਗੁਰਸਿੱਖ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਬਣਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਸੱਚੇ ਪਾਤਸ਼ਾਹ ਗੁਰੂ ਅਰਜਨ ਦੇਵ ਜੀ ਜੋਰਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਦੇ ਹੁੰਦੇ ਸੀ जोरे साफ करके कहना गुरसिखा की हर धूड़ दे हम पापी पीगत पाए कहना सच्चे पातशाह में गुरसिखा की धूड़ दे भी मेरे वागे पापी का भी अदार हो जाए गुरु अर्जन देव जी तत्ती तवी दे कहने वाले तेरा भाना मीठा लागे कहने वाले आप उन देखो की कौन दे प्यासी की हो गया जे कहते जोरे की सेवा करते नहीं जे किसी गुरसिखा की सेवा करनी नहीं नाम जपना नहीं तो साडा की हाल है राइट गुरु साहिब showed us examples उन्होंने आप हत्थी सेवा की उन्हें आप राह दिखाया भी आज जीवन आप जीना है and that's what we are lacking okay and then how do we expect our kids to do good things yeah pani karni hai right we've got to set the example right oh Nanak that servant remembers him with each and every breath oh ek koi swaas virta nahi jaan danda oh har ek swaas nu aapde rabb de rang de vich randa right so if you're in your car you listen to kirtan it's counting there's two types of daswant I don't know, I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard the word daswant. Ek daswant honda if you're making income. I remember one kid used to do paper round deliveries in this class. And we were talking about daswant that you should give 10% of that towards a good cause. Either give it towards a Gurdwara building being made, or you see koi gareeba, ya koi khana leke kisi gareeb nu khilata, right? Something in a good way, right? With 10% of your income. So that kid used to do paper deliveries, used to make $100 a week. So he used to give $10 towards a good cause. He used to save it. So they found a good cause and then he will give the money towards it, right? The kid was like 12 years old and I was so proud of him that he's even thinking like that because he learned that from class. The other type of daswant is for that Diyari daswant in 24 hours giving 10% towards Guru Sahib. So to see swear ke adha ghanta simran kita, so that's half an hour gone there. To see further nitram kita, that's another 45 minutes to an hour. ਤੁਸੀਂ ਫਿਰ ਰਹਿਰਾਸ ਕੀਤਾ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਕੀਰਤਨ ਸਵੇਲਾ ਕੀਤਾ ਫਿਰ ਤੁਸੀਂ additional ਬੇਦੀ ਚੋਕੇ ਦੇ ਪਾਠ ਕੀਤੇ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰਿਆਂ ਤੋਂ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕ ਕੇ ਜੋੜਿਆਂ ਦੀ ਸੇਵਾ ਕੀਤੀ all this total 2.5 hours dedicated every day towards Guru Sahib and then if you want to watch TV you want to do other things than that that's up to you too the Guru Sahib doesn't tell you to stop playing basketball play soccer or whatever you like in fact he encourages you to be in good fitness strength right it's always encouraged to do that but don't give up Guru Sahib's path right? Make sure that is priority. And you should be so excited when you get up in the Amritwala in the morning. It's like you're going to Wonderland or you're going on a business trip. Cancun's or Mexico. My grandkids are going tomorrow. They don't even know. Their parents are surprising them on a trip tomorrow to Cancun. They don't even know they're going. All they know they have to get up 3 o'clock in the morning, right? Because the flight's really early. You have to drop them off, right? But that's good. My mother will last early, right? So that's why you always dedicate your every breath, everything you do towards Guru Sahib. And if you become part of that, believe me, your life becomes phenomenal. You will realize it within a very short time. The Guru said how immense you are. Then the more you do, it's never enough. जिन्ना पाठ किया उतना ही थोड़ा, जिन्नी बाणी पढ़ी उतनी थोड़ी, जिन्नी सेवा की उतनी की, कल की आज बोल जो is history. What we're doing today. That's a new day now. Right? Tomorrow what we're going to do. It's a new day. Don't always think, जो मैं इतना पाठ करते रहे. I get people come to me, यार मेरी दादी को पाठ करती थी. फल तो उन्हें मिलना ना, तेनों तो नहीं मिलना ना. Right? दादी करती थी, दादी ਨੂੰ ਹੀ फल मिलना. Right? People say, oh मेरा माँ प्यो वो करते थी. तो यार भाई तू तो शराब छाड़ते. हाँ वो पाठ करते थे. वो तो उन्हें नहीं लगना. कर्मी आपको आपरी कि मेरे के तू. At the end, no mom, no brother, no sister is going to accompany you. You're on your own. Everything you've done with your mouth, with your hands, Seva, that's what's going to count. What you heard with your ears and what you've done with your eyes and nose and mouth and everything, it's going to count for you. Please get that through, okay? Doesn't matter what your friend's done. Doesn't matter what your mom and dad did. Great they did that. Good for them. But what have you done? Right? That's the important thing here, right? So let me get out of this. I'm going to start something new today. So I thought, you know, be a bit different. And I was talking to some of my engineer friends at work, and I was talking to some of my friends at work. Sorry, so I'm just going to bring this presentation up here. And some of them worked for NASA, some of the guys that work with me, some of them, and they're all Gursikhs as well, right? And some of them worked in different companies. So I thought, you know what I'll do? I'll bring on something that's a bit different, right? So we thought we'll look at a career class or what people do. So hopefully I can bring my son-in-law who's the doctor here. I've got family members that police officers or teachers, and maybe Sangat from here. Maybe one of the ladies here is a CEO of a company, or she's got a good grasp of what she does. She's a manager of some, nice company or something that everybody does. And maybe we can have you come and speak for a little while and tell us what that you've done. So we can help our younger generation think that, shall I become a doctor, a lawyer? My daughter came and spoke here when we celebrated 25 years. She's a lawyer. And so, it's kind of great that we can bring professionals, because at the end of the day, we want your kids to become professionals too. Right? It's not about Gursikhi alone. It's about when you're out there in the world, you're presenting yourself as a Gursikh. My daughter wants to be a judge one day. Right? So that's her hobby. And I know she will achieve it as long as she's got Guru Sahib as her backup. She'll make it. Right? That's Gurwara, right? So I thought, why not start my own, what I do, and then we'll go from there so you get a bit of an idea. I've got a slideshow here because our company does quite a lot of things, and I work in aviation. These are different companies that we deal with. We're an Ontario Canadian-based company. I was born in England, did apprenticeship with these aircraft. Then I came to Montreal, worked for Air Canada for about, on and off for about 9.5 years. Then I worked for another company. We made radar systems for the Navy. There's a company called Indel Technologies out of Mississauga. We're a subdivision of a company called Caradon out of England, right? So British-based, and we used to work for the British Navy, for the US Navy and all that. And then we started our own company. I met the CEO by sheer chance, Gurwara, trust me. And then we started raising funds, and we developed a company. And we developed a technology that is actually very, very unique. Right? We're the only company in the world that actually does this. As you can see, some of our clients are Bombardier, CAE out of Montreal. Mitsubishi, we deal with the Japanese military, we deal with the US military. We are also in the Middle East, so I go to the Middle East quite often. Lockheed Martin, everyone's heard of Lockheed Martin. You might have seen that jet just before I came there. That was a Raptor fighter jet. So we actually cater our systems for them, for Black Hawk helicopters and whatnot. Then you go through Gurmat. So we are CGR. CGR is our control goods regulated. We are part of the defense. We work with airlines, we work with defense, we work with helicopters, and we've done something unique with that. So we had Doug Ford come to our Oakland Valley facility a week and a half ago and I represent. I'm the main presenter for the company, and that's all thank you to the Sangat here. Okay, by presenting in front of people here, it makes me confident presenting in front of CEOs and rich people around the world. Because I always look at it, look, I got red blood, they got red blood, I got organs, they got organs. I'm a human being, they're a human being, I got Guru Sahib with me. So why should I fear that? Okay, so when I present, I love presenting with a lot of confidence, okay? So let's just start quickly what we do. So on an aircraft, there's like 8 data buses on a plane, okay? We monitor all of it in real time. So from a power on off of plane, throughout the whole flight to power off, we know at all times what's going on with the aircraft. We know left engine, right engine, hydraulics, electricals. You know MH370, the Malaysian aircraft went missing. It's still missing. It's been a few years now. We celebrated, well, we remembered a few anniversaries of that plane gone missing. That was a 777. It wasn't a small aircraft by any chance. It holds about 300 plus passengers. Right? Then we had Air France 447 that crashed. That crashed in the coast of Brazil. It had a problem with its P2 systems. By the time it got to altitude, it came straight down. You know, when you're coming down a roller coaster, your heart goes out of your mouth. Imagine coming down 50,000 feet like that. Okay, so what we're trying to do, we're trying to save lives, we're trying to save costs for the airline industry, and that's what we do. Okay, so kind of gives you an idea. So basically, we're intelligent fleet management system. We do air, sea, and ground fleets. Again, we do military defense as well. We do commercial airlines, business jets, helicopters, military defense. Transport Canada FAA approval. We already have our systems flying around the world, right? On a helicopter. We had our system on 16 helicopters in Afghanistan. We were catering our Canadian troops. So Navdeep Bains, who's the innovation minister, and also Mrs. Sajjan Singh, from the defense minister, they know about our company quite well. Okay, so it kind of gives you an idea there. We are associated with top-notch people, so it's kind of good. Star ADS is the Airport Data Services. There are 8 data buses. I'll just bring my cursor right there. There's 8 data buses. The flight maintenance computer, all the way down to the black box down at the bottom. Well, black box is really not black. It's actually orange. Otherwise, you'll never find the damn bugger in water. Okay, so the systems today are reactive. You have to wait the plane land or to recover the plane. and then you check the black box, you only get the last 20 minutes of the flight data recorded. You don't get all the flight, only the last 20 minutes. It could take them up to 7 hours to find out what's gone with that plane, where our system works in English instantly. We take all the 8 data buses. We are the only company in the world that can take all 8 data buses, all that lovely information. There's thousands and thousands of sensors on an aircraft. We bring them all into your fingertips on the computer. Okay, and you'll get in a moment what I mean. So we're a proactive system. We're virtual widget to the aircraft. So all the instruments the pilot sees in front of him, you see those instruments on the ground. So navigation system. So if I left my phone over there. So if this plane is flying, that's in Australia, and I'm here in Toronto, I'm looking at this flight in Australia, I can tell you exactly the altitude is at, where he is it, he's got any problem with the engine, immediately they get alerted. And I let the pilot, a pilot will be notified immediately by the ground control. So you have an extra set of eyes in the cockpit. Okay, pretty exciting, eh? So that's what we do. So we trend monitor, we do financial institutes. So I'll give you an example. There's a company in downtown called Skylink. Sujit Barber, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of him. One time for they bought some like 50 Gurmat size from India in an aircraft. Okay, so we are on their helicopters catering our Afghanistan troops. If those helicopters are needed in Haiti because there's an earthquake or whatever, we help them, you know, with the aid and the supplies and all that stuff, right? So we monitor their planes and all their helicopters, whatever we do. Okay. They were using old systems, so they had whiteboards on the wall, right, in their office, and they're putting up, here's an EH-100 helicopter landed in Canada. They were writing it on the board, screen for you, and make everything electronically. You know, we know everything that's going on with the plane. So if your plane overheats, your engine's overheating, we'll let you know immediately. If you have a problem with your AC unit, our system will tell all the 4 departments what's going on with your aircraft right away. And so they can not delay it, or they can order parts on time and have the parts ready by the time the plane comes down, they can put it on and off he goes. So it costs, and the delays will be immense, okay? So these are reports, and they're all in English, because right now the reports they get are in data coding. So the engineer has to actually take those reports, and he has to write it in English, log the reports, and then give it to the department. Ours come all in English, or any language you want it. We can cater. We just have to take the software and develop it. Another thing we did, we went to Washington a few years ago, and we were talking to the Air Force and Defense of Washington. They asked us that if an F-16 or an F-18 fighter jet has a problem, the pilots have ejected out. Can we bring that plane down safely once the pilots are out of the aircraft? Because that's almost like 50 to 60, 70 million dollars going down the drain when the plane crashes. Okay, so we told them what we need is a pilot. We need one of the avionics guy, and we need to program it into a system. Yes, we can bring the plane down safely. So that's kind of gives you an idea with AI, artificial intelligence, where we're going with systems today, right? You never thought Uncle does this, right? Right? Isn't that amazing? Okay. We also work with defense. So we make units that fit in ground tanks and helicopters and aircraft and part of the Navy as well. The aircraft they were trying to use to find that Malaysian aircraft that went missing a few years ago. Right? So our systems are there to help out any which way we can. We do refueler when you're refueling your aircraft, tanks now, right? So kind of gives you an idea, right, what we do. These are our clients. These are different aircraft that we're on. So if you look here, we're on the Airbus 340s, we're the P3 aircraft, CH-47 Chinook helicopters, the big type of helicopters, and so on and so on. And we're even on Black Hawks. We have 3 units that fit on 1 Black Hawk. Okay, so kind of gives you an idea what we do, right? So our ADS family approach, we do commercial planes, we do militarized aircraft, we do helicopters, transport helicopters, military ground vehicles, we do air and ground medevac as well. Medevac is medical monitoring, and I think you guys are going to be really excited when I'm about to show you in a moment, okay? Obviously the good stuff there. These are different type of products. So if I close my laptop here, it's about that thin that fits in the aircraft on the left-hand side. It's a very small system like that, very compatible, but very brave. It's an intelligent system, that's what we call it. So we make the aircraft smart, and that's what the whole idea it is, right? We do maritimes, we can do Navy, we can do boats. There's the system, the third one to your left, that small system there is smaller than my phone. We can monitor the diagnostics of the human being going from an ambulance, real time send the diagnostics of your heart, your blood pressure and everything in real time to the hospital, before you even get to the hospital. Okay, I'll talk to you about that in a moment, right? So gives you an idea. We're patented in Canada, US, United Kingdom. We got the United Kingdom first patent that we got, and it's one of the hardest patents to get, but that was one. Okay? So that kind of gives you an idea of what we do. Like I said, I want to start a career class, And that's what I want to show you. Let me just show you what we do now, right? Because we've really expanded our technology, and I think you guys will be happy with this one. Yeah. Like I said, I work in a sector, the aviation sector, military sector. It's probably the most exciting sector in the world. It really is. I'm very fortunate, when I was born, my mom and dad was working for British Airways, so I got a chance to travel with my mom and dad. For me, traveling by aircraft is like for somebody people who drive, going in a taxi. Right? I've been traveling a lot since I was a little kid. Right? Going to India, going to Singapore, going to different parts, going to Canada. I came to Canada 6-7 times before I even moved here. Right? So I was very fortunate to be able to travel. And it's funny, when I go to the Darbar side, I always remember one thing. I used to have a gutta, like a really thin gutta, right? And when I was small, it got tight on me. You know, because it tight when so when they cut my small gutta off, my goal was always to become an engineer. I would see planes, I'd see Concorde flying over my head, over my house, and all that, with like soccer in the garden. So I always wanted to be an engineer. When my mom and dad went to the bar sign, I kept it with me. Right? I kept that gutta. I don't know how long I kept that gutta for. And I just threw it in the bar sign and said, Guru Sahib, engineer. Not knowing that I'll be presenting to some of the biggest people, biggest organizations in the world. And that's all because of the Sangat. And so somebody told me Sikhi doesn't work. Oh boy, it works. Okay, I've got all my wishes ever wanted for. I've got 4 lovely daughters. I've got great husbands. They're all into Sikhi. They're all into Kirtan. Last weekend we did 3 programs at people's houses and whatnot. So it's just wonderful the kind of life we live. So it does work. So this is it's an in-flight system aided medical monitoring. So you can see we do medical monitoring now for the military, and we do medical monitoring for average people like us. Okay, so I'll show you what we do. You're already aware of what we do with the aircraft. We bring the data and all that down to the ground. Okay, so we bring the servers and how we bring it to the ground. And what you see is everything's on your fingertips. Okay, we took the same thing and we took our system and then we expanded into different areas. Okay, one of the areas is this one here, right in the middle. The aircraft that you see right in the middle there, that's actually the Global 7500. It belongs to Bombardier. It is known right now from the past UK air show, is known as the best business jet on the planet. It is phenomenal business jet. Even the seats they have in there, they're especially patented seats in that aircraft. It's phenomenal, this aircraft, right? Brilliant. Now, most business jets go 35 to 45,000 feet. This business jet can go 45 to 55,000 feet. Why they need to go up there? Because the quality of the air is thinner, so the plane is faster, and you save fuel. You got no clouds, no weather, nothing hitting you, right? So the plane is faster. In this globe age, everything's fast. You want to go for meetings, you want to come back quick, okay? What our system does is we actually measure the cosmic rays above 45,000 feet. Why? Because if the aircraft is flying up there and the cosmic radiation is hitting the aircraft, it can affect the pilot, it can affect the passengers or the patient if they're flying a patient, and it can affect the electronics of the aircraft. It can actually knock out the electronics of an aircraft, and the plane could be doomed, okay? Our system actually measures the cosmic rays. So if it's high level, we'll bring the plane down. If it's low level, we'll take the plane back up again. So it's at the higher speed, okay? Because of our system, it helped them get certification from Transport Canada and FAA. Otherwise, this plane would not be able to do that. And so we actually help in trying to modernize even existing aircrafts, even brand new planes, right, with our system. You got a question? Go ahead. Go ahead. You gotta speak up, man.
There was a plane that went missing in the UK. Did you guys help find that one?
In the UK?
Yeah.
We've since our company reformed, we've helped out 2 incidents that's happened. One is the Air France 447 that coast of Brazil, and one is the MH370. Right? That's because our system's getting more and more recognition. You know, we only started about 15, 16 years ago. So it's getting more and more recognitions right now with our company, okay? So coming back to that, so we trickled our system down to ground ambulance and air ambulance, okay? And that's what we do here. So, and Guru Kirpa now, we're the only company in the world, because we did a survey on this, that can do aircraft, helicopters, and ground and air ambulance in the world. There's no company that's certified for both. So you go to AS 9100 Rev P, and then you go to ISO 13485. Right? There's no company in the world that's actually certified to do both things. So we're literally the only company that does that. Right? So we really check that out to make sure that before we even say something like that, but there is no other company. So that's something. That's a great thing, you know, for that. So basically if you look at this, I'm going to give you a quick example here. My mother-in-law suffered a heart attack. quite a few years ago, okay? When they suffered a heart attack, the fire department came first, not the ambulance, but the fire department. Now, fire department are even less trained than the paramedics on an ambulance, even less trained, okay? So when they came, they checked her, yeah, they could see that she had a problem. Then the paramedics arrived maybe 25, 30 minutes later. You know, she's still in, you know, shaken up and everything. She was kind of quite old. Then they took her to hospital. While we were waiting in the emergency, she suffered another seizure. So the equipment's not set up, nothing's set up. We're waiting there. Suddenly we almost lost her. Okay, so what our system does is we can, when we come, like first we help the ambulance get around. We know exactly the times driving, we know everything about it. We actually help them to beat the traffic and beat the construction because we made a geofencing for them, right? So that helps them. As soon as they come, they swipe the card, you're right away under hospital care. Because paramedics, when they take you to the hospital, they have to wait till you're submitted. They can't leave the patient in the hallway. That could take them half an hour. That's why they're always late. That's why they're never there, because they're still dropping off the patient. Okay? So you're under hospital care right away. You are right away hooked up to your diagnostics, to your machines, all your medical devices, and right away the doctor on the other end is looking exactly what's going on with you. First thing is to tell you, do you really need to go to hospital or not? Sometimes you don't even need to go to hospital. But that's the first thing. Second thing is they can have the equipment set up by the time you get there because you're on critical. So you're not at triage, you're not waiting in a lineup at number 5 when you should be at number 1. Right? So that'll determine a lot more, okay? So basically this is what we do. So we have people that fly, like we're on Learjet 45 with Bombardier. We bring passengers from Dubai, India, England, San Francisco to Montreal. We're partners with CHU, St. Justin Hospital. It's one of the best hospitals in the world. You know, even if you Google St. Justin Hospital, you'll see. They have delivered the most babies in the world, one of the tops, right? And they're specialized with universities and everybody, and they love this technology because it'll make their life a lot more easier. So if you're in an aircraft, right away we know your diagnostics, what's going on with you. Every year, because of baby boomers, you have 300,000 incidents where a plane has to dump the fuel and make an emergency landing because somebody thinks they're suffering a heart attack. Is it a heartburn? Is it just gas? Maybe you're not suffering a heart attack, but our system will tell you right away what's going on with you. You have a live doctor feed on there, on the ground. So here you see, right? You see the diagnostics here. You see where the ambulance or the aircraft is. The doctor on this end can see your past history. So they don't give you the wrong medication, right? You don't want the wrong medication because you're allergic to something, whatever. So the doctor's looking live. So this is all called live doctor, right? So kind of gives you an idea. So we did a really great demonstration last year. Some of the biggest companies in the world, you're looking at Airbus helicopters, Bell helicopter, Bombardier, some of the military organizations there. When we showed them how we bring real-time data of a patient to anywhere in the world and how you're seeing all the diagnostics, they were blown away by the technology. Right? So it's always great when you're the only ones that do something because you feel something that you can actually help save cost, time, and lives. Right? And isn't that what Sikhi is all a part of, right? Helping lives, right? So that's something we do. Okay. So it gives you an idea. There's a bit of a closer up on it. So we'll know your blood pressure. We'll know exactly what's going on with you at all times. We'll know what your vehicle is. We'll know the paramedics, what they're doing. Now let me show you what we're about to do in the future. Okay. So actually, let me put this on. You see it coming on? So this is actually from a live patient. I mean, it's a recording, but this is actually what's happening with a live patient. So this is his diagnostics. So now I'm here in Brampton. I can actually see my diagnostics real time with a doctor in maybe downtown or wherever. They can see what's going on with me. They can see, give me this medication because they know what my history is. They can do this, 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 this. Do you need to bring in the hospital? Not bring in the hospital. They'll tell you all that stuff. Okay. You see there on the top, it says Isonio. It's a company from Montreal that we work with. We actually acquired them. So we've done 2 big acquisitions, one military and one this company. So with the acquisition of companies as well. Okay, so it makes us even more stronger. This is the future. So what we're doing is in the next 8 months or so, if somebody's hurt with a leg wound, the doctor will be wearing these glasses there, and he'll be actually see with virtual reality in real time. It's like he's in the aircraft, or he's in the helicopter, or he's in the ground ambulance, and he can actually see the wounds in front of him, and he can tell the paramedics what to do to plug up the hole, or his bone's broken or anything, right there and then. That's what we're heading for. Okay, so our technology is evolving, right? So it kind of gives you an idea of what we're doing here, all right? So this is ISAM, this is the in-flight system aided medical monitoring. This is on the aircraft or the helicopter. This is what we do for the ground. Okay, so that gives you an idea. So it features, right, what our system does with medical, and we do patient. Our patent includes medical monitoring and patient monitoring too, right? So we're the only companies in the world that does that. So we actually have a live doctor available. So you increase quality of care, we increase ambulance efficiency, we increase better care for rural communities. So there's some communities out there like Timmins and Sudbury, they might not have a specialized doctor, but we could find a specialized doctor here helping them over there, all right, in real time. Okay, so we decrease medical errors, saving cost, time, and lives, and timely set up critical medical equipment. Right, so people like my BP will not die on the scene. Right, so that's kind of an idea. So you're under immediate hospital care. Okay, so I thought, you know what, because I wanted to start this. Actually, I've been thinking about starting this for a while, and I was talking to some of my friends at work. Like Karajit, he works for NASA. He actually studied in France. You know, with a Singh. And I asked him if he wants to come as a guest speaker, just to say a few words to the Sangha. Somebody might want to go to aerospace, somebody might want to become a NASA employee one day in engineering, or somebody might want to become a doctor. So I'll be my son-in-law here to talk a bit. My daughter, maybe she can talk a little bit about how to become a lawyer. Because some of you younger people coming, and one thing I noticed that a lot of people get to the age of 16, 17 and haven't made up their mind what they want to become. All right, and then you say, okay, you know what, I want to go into security. So you do a security course for a year, then say, no, I want to become a businessman. Then you do a businessman course for another 2 years. Then, no, actually, you know what I want to be a software engineer. At the meantime, the money's coming out of your parents' pockets. To university, oh, why on the expense of your parents? Okay, so that's why it's always good, by the time you're 15, 16, you should have made up your mind what you want to become. Okay, do encourage you guys to know that. Otherwise, you're going to waste a lot of money and a lot of your time. You could end up becoming 28, 29, 30 years old, and you're still thinking, should I become a teacher or not? Right? Well, people have become teachers at the age of 24, 25, and they're already making good income. And most chances, they'll become the vice presidents of the school and whatnot, while you'll still be suffering on the lower end. Okay, so that's why it's very important what you do and what your career is. So I thought, you know what, why not show you guys what I do? This is my career. And I'm very fortunate, I'll go present at Dubai Air Show. There's a Dubai Air Show coming up in November, right? So I'll be presenting over there. We'll present at Singapore Air Show, which was wonderful, so hot over there. In the month of February, it's just so hot, right? Anyway, so these are kind of things I do. So maybe next week, or maybe in 2 weeks' time, or every once a month, I'll try to bring somebody who's career-oriented. And if there's somebody in this class who wants to talk about what they do, hey, by all means, you know, come up here, right? You know, don't come when you're 16, come when you're like 25, 26, and you've done something, okay? So I don't want 16-year-old coming, well, I got a great career, right? No, make a career, see what you've done, like one, you know, I mean, it took me years to get to this position. It wasn't that it just happened overnight, but it's really been fun. Yeah, it's just like the city path has been fun, okay? So let's start with a quick video. I want to show you guys. I promise you guys I'll show you Golden Temple. Now, there's the two couple there, they got blogs and everything, and they're actually going to the Darbar side for the first time. And I liked it because they showed it right from the hotel going to the Darbar side. And because Amritsar has changed a lot. A lot of people who haven't been for a while, have never been, they actually show you what it's like when you get to the Darbar side, okay? So that's why I thought I'll show you guys this one. You really like it, it's a nice video. And I'll tell you my experience when I was in Delhi about a year or so ago in business, what it was like when I went there.
We are now on the rooftop here on our hotel, and I wanted to point out...
I think they're from Australia.
We can see it from here, but on the camera you can't really see it. It's around
here, behind this mask.
Anyway, the point is that it's super close to us, and we're going to walk in now. So we thought, you'll come with us, and let's explore the area. This is our favourite thing to do, to just explore and walk to the side and see what we come across. So you're coming with, let's go.
All this area here is quite new, and they've really upgraded this area in the shops. It's just about to come to Canada, no? I went exactly here about a year and a half ago, all this area here.
If you're wondering why we're so dressed up, it's kind of because we literally have a week left in India, and we only have one more occasion to wear it, which is an Amritsar, because in Delhi I don't feel it's right.
No,
like,
this
most
is
people wear Western there.
It's too dressed up. And like, I've only worn this once, so I thought, I'm at the Golden Temple.
He's got his golden shoes
got my
on.
golden shoes on, which you can see. I've got my golden waistcoat on,
Yeah.
my golden ring, golden wife.
Golden wife.
Going to the Golden Temple. What more can you want?
Exactly, so we thought we're going to make the most of it and just like bring out the Indian goods just one last time.
Exactly.
So if you prefer Western outfits, just stay tuned to Europe with us. You'll see plenty of Western outfits.
Oh yes.
The ambiance is amazing here, and also the bit around the...
See the subway behind there?
It's the cleanest place. Like, it's really pretty, all tiled, all clean, really busy with vendors and people. Because don't forget, for those who don't know what the Golden Temple is about, it's like the highest Sikh temple. I'm probably not using the right words. I've read it, but I forget it. But yeah, it's like the highest level of pilgrimage for the Sikhs. So we feel so blessed to come here to this holy place. The holiest place, that's what I wanted to say. What are you seeing, babe?
I'm seeing a temple, I think. I've seen a couple of pictures, but I haven't seen any videos of it, so I'm intrigued.
Yeah, me too. I can't wait. Apparently it's real gold as well, so...
Yes.
And it's like the perfect timing. It's dusk, the sun is setting, the sky is orange. That beauty should glisten like a diamond temple.
There's gold.
Oh, I meant like a gold.
Diamond temple. It's a
I
gold
thought
temple.
it was so smart with my whole word picking.
Oh god.
Forget it.
Forget it. Okay, so we're going to go to the temple, but you've got to take your shoes off. So my idea of taking the golden shoes was a bit wasted, really, but...
We appreciated it, babe. We loved it.
For me? Sure? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. The people here are so kind. This one? Oh, okay. Okay, thank you. So, like, these guys are just giving us their headscarves. Last night, two guys, we didn't film it, but two guys brought us dinner on the street. What else was there? I can't remember.
Many people have brought us dinner.
How's that?
It's perfect.
Cool.
Yeah.
Once a year.
Isn't this good enough, guys?
No, come on, we've got to go
Right,
matching. We've got to go
yeah.
matching.
I want to get a good picture.
Come on, put it on.
Right.
Yeah, that's badass. Okay, so we had to wash our feet where everybody else washes their feet. Yeah, we've got clean feet.
If you see what we are seeing right now,
Wow. Like when people saying go to Amritsar, go to the Golden Temple, it's amazing. And we've been to lots of temples and we're like, really? But wow, that's actually quite beautiful.
it is insane.
Should we show it?
Have a look at this.
It really does feel like this.
I think I've said it already, but I am actually quite gobsmacked at how beautiful it is here. I thought it was going to be a bit, I don't know, like, not that great, but everything is spotless.
Yes.
The outside buildings are all white and like amazingly architecturally drawn and built. It is. Golden Temple. I'm not sure if we're allowed to go in. I think it's just more for the religion.
Yeah.
So we're not going to do that. But seriously, I'm so glad that we came here, experienced it. I'm glad that we went to the border last night.
Yes.
Proper good experience. Because it's quite a fair way from New Delhi. We weren't going to do it, but we thought, no, let's do it. And I'm
glad.
happy.
I'm also gobsmacked. I like gobsmacked. It's like gob and then smacked. So I'm like gobsmacked. Anyway.
Gobsmacked.
But no, to be honest, the feel is really nice here. We haven't been bothered at all, have we? Only kind people want to take pictures.
Only 10 people asked us for photos, not 100.
Yeah, so that's fine. In summary, this place is just amazing. I've seen nothing like it, and
honestly, yeah.
I think what we're going to do is actually leave it here, sign off the vlog.
Yeah.
I'm going to soak up the holiness a little bit more. And then guess what we're doing tomorrow?
Well, what we're doing tonight, we're going to start the food vlog. Yes, we are being real fat people. If you haven't seen our previous vlogs, then we've been doing a few food vlogs and we eat way too much.
But you guys seem to like it.
Okay, let's talk about food and stuff now. But it just gives you an idea. This is too good who've never been to the Darbar side. Very, very gay. And they were blown away by the Darbar side itself, right? Not last year, but year before last, I was very fortunate to go on a business trip to Delhi. I was there for about 3 weeks, and in between I took time, and one of my friends suggested to me, why don't you go to the Darbar side? And I said, wow, that's fantastic. So we quickly went online, booked a ticket to go on Shatabdi, if I remember the train. I went right from Delhi to the Darbar side, got there around 11 o'clock at night, the Uber to the Darbar side, and exactly where they were, that's where I was, in that same area. It was obviously a lot more quieter in the morning. So from 11:30 to 5 o'clock in the morning, my train left at 5:30 back to Delhi. So I spent the whole Amrit Vela there, right? Doing Simran with the Sangat there. Got a chance to do some Seva, Langadi Seva as well. Got inside to see the Darbar side. I actually have movies and videos and pictures. I'll try to put them up here. I keep forgetting to do that. But it was one experience, and the thing is, ਜਦੋਂ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਨਾਮ ਜਪਦੇ ਆ, ਬਾਣੀ ਪੜ੍ਹਦੇ ਆ, ਗੁਰੂ ਵੱਲ ਜੁੜੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, ਗੁਰੂ ਵੱਲ ਲੱਗੇ ਹੈਗੇ ਆ, the atmosphere for something like that is, it can't even be explained in words. Like, I don't even have the words to tell you what it was like. And it's possible that I might be going to India again in the next few weeks for about a quick week trip there, and I might do that again, right? I'm looking forward to it, because now that I know what I was up against, I want to do that again. And then I met somebody in Delhi, and he said that he's got a big motel in Amritsar. He goes, Harmeet, anytime you want to come, spend a few nights, come and stay at our motel. You don't have to worry about it. I'll give you a driver. It'll take you all around to other Gurdwaras around as well. And I goes, wow, I mean, देखो आप ही गुरु साहिब कृपा करते हैं, आप ही मेल ला देते हैं, औरां नूं भी मिला देते हैं, जिदों तुसी सेवा विच होण तुहाडा जी करदा. So that's why last week I was showing you the pictures of Metiana Sahib when I was in Ludhiana. I took pictures of that. Because my whole idea is that I got pictures of Bangla Sahib as well from last time I went there, because I got a chance in Delhi to go to Bangla Sahib and know the history behind that Gurdwara too. So it's wonderful. If any of you guys ever do get a chance to go to India and you go to Metiana Sahib or any Gurdwaras you go to Dashikar, please bring pictures, please bring videos if you can of that place, or even tell a little bit about the history behind that Gurdwara, and we'll put it up here, right? Because it's knowledge for us as well, right? And it's kind of good to see. I'm so happy. Last week there was a lot of Sangat, and we're growing every week, right? Look, when we want to celebrate our son's birthday or our daughter's birthday or wedding, ਅਸੀਂ ਦੇਖੋ ਕਿੰਨੇ ਲੋਕਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਵੀ ਪਾਰਟੀ ਹੋਣੀ ਹੈ, ਛੇਤੀ ਆਜੋ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਮਾਨਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਕਰਨਾ, ਪਰ ਗੁਰਦੁਆਰੇ ਨੂੰ ਹੁਣ ਅਸੀਂ ਇੱਕ ਦੋ ਜਾਣਿਆਂ ਨੂੰ ਫੋਨ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ. Right? So let's try. We have a family that's come from Cambridge, from Guelph, family that comes from Oakville. You guys are local people. I'm sure you can get more local people to come here. All right? So let's put a bit more effort. Every family knows at least 5, 10 families, even the ones you don't speak to. ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਉਹ ਆ ਕੇ ਮੱਥਾ ਟੇਕਾਂਗੇ ਨਾ, ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦਾ ਲਾਹਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ. ਉਹ ਸੇਵਾ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ, ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਸਿਮਰਨ ਕਰਾਂਗੇ, ਉਹ ਵੀ ਨਾ ਮਿਲੂਗਾ. ਹੁਣ ਇੱਥੇ ਆਪਾਂ ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਗੱਲਾਂ ਕਰਨੀਆਂ, ਗੁਰੂ ਦੀ ਸਿੱਖਣੀ ਦੀਆਂ. We want to better our lives. That's what this class is all about. It's helping you guys out. It's basically when you want to start a grass cutting machine, you want to start that motor, we're trying to start you guys up on Sikhi path as well. Like we got started. right? We're going to open our spark up for you guys, right? I always finish off with something funny. I never thought Arab people can be that funny. Okay, so there's something really funny from Arab. I'm going to cut it off in between because I've got 2 short videos. So I know I got a chance to look at it. I was laughing my brains off at home. But I thought I should. If it makes me laugh, then I know you guys are going to laugh at it too, right? So let's see. And this is for the younger people, right? Because they very patiently wait for this moment. So he was trying to show off in front of his car, the car left him. And this is how you do not get up on a camel. I gotta tell you something really funny. I was in Dubai Air Show, right? And I just went presenting, and we were really hungry, so we went to the food court there. It's the largest mall in the world. They even do skating and skiing in that mall, right? And they think it's really cold in that place, but when you come from Canada, you look at that ain't cold. They're wearing coats, right? Especially these Arab people. But the way they talk, they all got heavy voices. I'm not taking fun out of them. It's just naturally, they're really loud. So I saw a husband and wife talking there, right? And I had one of my friends who's actually local from Dubai, right? And the husband was really speaking loud to her. Do all the husbands speak like that to the wives here? He goes, no, this way. Then the wives spoke back even louder. It's like, whoa, the husband was like, huh? He goes, they're all loud. They're really all loud. That's why when you see them speaking here, you see how loud they are, okay? What's this guy, eh? They got a good sense of humor, though. Look at this. Technology. They'll sell you anything over there. This is practicing a special wedding dance, eh? Don't try that at home, eh? This is so funny. This guy's trying to drag him into the sea. Into the water anyway. आप भी गंदा हो गया, वो भी गंदा हो गया. See, that guy's going to the washroom. So what he did is he put his car in gear. So the guy's car is now moving. ਉਹਦੇ ਗੱਡੀ gear ਚ ਪਾ ਕੇ ਆਪ ਭੱਜ ਗਿਆ ਬਾਹਰ. ਉਹ बेचारा ਭੱਜਿਆ to stop his car. He was trying to go to the washroom. Yeah, I think Wonderland's a bit more safer than that. I love the camera guy, the way he laughs. This is how you say, get out of my way. I told you to rough over there. See, he's talking to the donkey now. he's talking back the same way too. Now, they are in sand, so it's not that they're going to be going around in water over there. It's all desert. This car can be crashed into them. See, he thinks he's picking up a bug. He doesn't realize that's a scorpion. कीड़े चक दो स्कॉर्पियन चक्कर लगा सी See, here you hit the back of a car, you think you're in trouble. Over there, they think it's funny. What's this guy? There was a rock around the corner, look. He's still laughing, eh? This got an accent, the guy's still laughing. That's how you get stuck in sand. They do a lot of sand dunes over there where they take the vehicles up on the sands on the slopes and everything. You'll see some of them in a moment. I don't know what he's doing up there. The guy is sleeping. He's trying to wake him up with the exhaust of the car. Now I know that's monoxide gas, eh? You can die from that. What's this dancer here, eh? You think you see Pangra? What's this guy? This is why I don't sit on a chair and do presentations to you guys. That's why I stand up.
Oh my god.
Believe me, it's so hot in Dubai and in the Middle East, they don't mind the rain. That's why you don't speak horrible to your wife. This guy, look, he's a soccer player. He's really like acting tough, and then he gets hit with the ball. He's trying to catch a lizard. And the lizard won. And let me just switch over quickly to the other one. I think it gets a bit boring now. Let me get to this. Oh yeah, this is funny. देखो आदि दाल रोटी बना के टिया, look what he's going to do with it. हो गई ओदी दाल. The cameraman's still laughing. Chickens he's not giving them their food, so he's trying to run away from the look. And that's what just happened to him. See, it tells you Rasiyan bande na on the boxes, they actually hold them down and dry. Very short, about 3 minutes.
Fucking Kyle's like, oh my god.
That's cool.
She deserved it.
See, these are sand dunes. You see how the cars come down? They go up and down? Yeah. I don't know, some countries, how they pass these vehicles. Look, there's no safety, nothing. Look at the driver. He's got nothing covering him.
What?
This guy who's driving the boat, the guy right in the back, look how lucky he is. He didn't get his head cut off. Watch. You know that blade flying there? He's fortunate that blade didn't hit it. So what happens when the truck's too heavy and you're trying to take that load off? Yeah, it'll collapse on you.
It'll get itself right.
Look at this. There's a bus.
What?
Sometimes ladies should not be driving since they're not good at. But watch this lady now. Ouch. This guy, look, he's texting on the phone and he's crossed his legs and he's only got his hands on the steering. We think it's bad enough over here, texting and driving, right? Look at that. और आओ ना बेटा फोन होते.
He's like, oh, it's like a game of chess.
That's really dirty water, right? Well, what's going to happen to the driver?
Driver get out.
This driver's so lucky he didn't get killed here. Oh. Okay, watch him come out now. The weight of the whole thing is taking, look, just missed him. That's all metal right there. Ugh. I was talking about the sand dunes. Watch this vehicle. And don't wait for the other vehicle. Ouch. Look at that car is right on the edge of the highway. Okay, we'll close it right after this one. These are the one serious driver here. That guy could be a school bus driver one day. Alright. Okay, Sangaji, so thank you everybody for coming. If you're not on our WhatsApp app, right now we have 64 families that's on our Friday WhatsApp app, right? That's really good, 64 families. We're trying to get to about 100 families by June. So a lot of you Sangadas try to get your friends out here, families out here, get your brothers and sisters out here. And we'll learn a lot of things and we'll have a bit of laugh afterwards as well. But at the same time, if we can have families driving down from Guelph and Cambridge, there's a lot of Singhdale and Khalsa more right here. We should get more out here. Okay? Why could you Khalsa? Why could you keep it there?